Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I hope that you are filled with abundance and joy as we enter into the Thanksgiving weekend. I wanted to share a story with you and call you to reflect on having how we can have more margin in our lives to be spontaneous and open to uh, the people and opportunities that might walk across our paths that we might not currently have the capacity to act on or to capitalize and see, but that have such opportunity for mutual joy and mutual blessing. And to that end, making those, as we make that margin in our lives, reaching out and inviting people into our home and into our life this holiday season. So a few months ago, I saw a friend I hadn't seen in a long time. We were determined to find a date to connect, to reconnect. And it wasn't one of those throwaways at the end of a conversation where we said, oh, like, let's make sure we see each other soon. And neither of us meant it. No, we meant it, and we got out the calendar immediately to compare calendars and put something on the diary. And she's looking at her calendar and says, oh, how about January? How's January for you? This was April. I was like, what are you doing that you are scheduled out 7 months? And that reminded me that we are very overscheduled in our world today in general. We're busy. We have no margin, no capacity, no place for stillness, no place to reflect. This is something I'm working on in the Civic Renaissance Ambassador Program right now, that we counterintuitively, we need to rest and create margin for space and reflection in order to do this work that we are called to do of civic renewal. That we can't just work without rest. We need rest in order to renew ourselves and those around us. And this notion of, being super busy, hyper scheduled, it leaves us with little window to embrace the joy and beauty of the people around us in a spontaneous way. I mean, I'm in a season of life where I don't know what I'll be doing 2 months out, and I certainly can't really plan social engagements, that far out in advance. Like, there was no way I was planning a dinner 7 months in advance. I had no idea what I was going to be doing in January and April. And just creating more space to free ourselves up, just to have a quiet night alone, and to have the opportunity to reach out to people who, when we're feeling social and feel that abundance, feel that spirit moving us, reaching out for other people to be spontaneous as well. And I thought about this in the context of the holiday because it's Thanksgiving. We assume many people have places to go because we have places to go, but not everyone has a place to go. And I'm reminded of my friend Bob in Urbandale, Iowa, who said he called his Thanksgiving table every year the Island of Misfit Toys, which is a phrase from Disney's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, where his home has been a convening place for people who don't have family to see over the holidays or can't make it. They know they can go to Bob's and his wife's house and be seen and known and loved. And what a beautiful place that is, where to have enough room at your table and in your life to just add one more to the table, to have that spontaneity and rigidity. And I have that tendency. I like to be organized with many things, but sometimes with social life, it can feel burdensome, cumbersome to be overscheduled, and so just to create that margin and to have our lives, our homes, be the island of misfit toys this holiday season. And so my invitation to you is to consider to reach out to someone who might not have a place to go. Reach out to several people. They might say no. They might you might have thought they didn't have a place to go, or put it out on social media. Hey, anyone who doesn't have a place for Thanksgiving, our table is open to you. That's an invitation that might be costless to you and could mean an enormous amount to someone else. It could mean rekindling a friendship with someone, or building a friendship with someone you didn't know or haven't talked to in a while. But I think we've in our busyness and our overscheduled world and life, we have lost the space for spontaneity and joy and serendipity, and the joys that come with spontaneity and serendipity. I talk about this in the context of porching a lot. When you sit on your front porch, you wave to whoever happens to be passing by. and maybe you invite someone to your porch, or you go to the sidewalk and talk to that someone. Like there is just a beauty in the unknown, in those happenstance encounters that can't be quantified, but are essential to this project of renewal of ourselves, of society, of rebuilding social trust. So that is my invitation to you. Create more margin in your lives to be a little bit more socially spontaneous. Invite people. They may say no. Try again next time, or try it with other people. That people, research has confirmed this, people are way more receptive to our bids and our invitations than we think they are. And we assume that because we're busy, other people are busy, but maybe they're not. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. And I think we would all be a little bit better off with a little bit more margin, a little bit more free time, just to say, I have an open night. Who can I share this evening with? Who can I share a meal with? For me and the kids, for example, I don't always cook lavish meals, but sometimes I do, and I want to share it with people. For example, I imported this flour, this Neapolitan flour, from Italy to make traditional Neapolitan pizza. I trained with a well-known pizzaiolo there in Naples several years ago, and I wanted to share that and make my homemade mozzarella from milk from a farm close by to where we live. And that's a fun thing to do with others. It's a social thing. And yes, I can do it for my kids who love it, and my husband who loves good food, but it's fun to share that with people. And I can't plan 2 weeks in advance and I'm going to make Neapolitan pizza on Tuesday, November 25th, today. but having people in your mind or in your heart, or letting intuition bring people to your heart and to your mind. Who could I bless today? Who could I invite to my table to share in this abundance, and that joy? That is the highest form of gratitude. Not just saying I'm grateful, or praying before a meal, dear God, thank you for all we have, but showing that gratitude in a real, lived, practical way through hospitality. That is my invitation to you this Thanksgiving and throughout the holiday season. Create more margin in your life, and reach out to others to, with that margin, then share that abundance and that time, that invitation with others. This is an article I'd like to write one day. Hospitality as the new Oblige, where we have so much. We are very privileged. We have so much to be grateful for, and out of that gratitude and that privilege, sharing that with others. People don't host anymore. It's a lost and dying art. So let's revive that, starting here right now at the Civic Renaissance table, on the Civic Renaissance porch here at the Civic Renaissance community. So happy Thanksgiving to each of you. Thank you for being part of this community. And I'm grateful for each and every one of you. Happy Thanksgiving.